Hi, this is Stan from Anakee Adventure. Thanks for coming back to the channel. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Today I'm going to talk about my first impressions with my new off-road tires. I went with the TKC70 Rocks in the rear and the TKC70 in the front. Currently, I have about 400 miles on them. 250 miles of that were on-road, about 150 miles or so were off-road. First thing I want to talk about is the noise level. I felt that the noise level with these more off-road oriented tires did not go up much at all. If anything, there's just a hint of noise level. Honestly, maybe I'm just trying to listen for it, but I don't notice it at all, really. Continental says this is a 60-40 set of tires. I might disagree with that a little bit. I would say it's probably more 65, 35, 70, 30. On road, I'm feeling really confident in the tires. I'm leaning it down in the turns and the twisties as much as I always did with my road-oriented tires. The tires that came on the bike originally were the Michelin Anakee Adventures, the stock tires that come on the GSA, the street tires. Those tires I was incredibly confident in on the road. I'd done a little bit of off-road in those, but you need a little bit more bite. You need a little bit more bite for off-road. I hope you guys can see this. The rear tire has this really nice center block pattern offset, so you get a lot of grip. There's a lot of void in between the lugs. With this nice wide grooving, the mud and debris will really channel away well when you're off-road, especially in some muddy conditions. On the sidewall, the void narrows a little bit. You get a lot of good grip here with these lugs. The blocking pattern is really nice, offset, but essentially you get a nice good contact strip down the center of the tire. The front tire isn't as aggressive as the TKC70 Rocks rear, but you can see there's some nice good blocks and a little bit of grooving to take away the mud as it builds up on the tire in wet off-road conditions. I find the tire to be incredibly stable at higher speeds. I'm here in Southern California with a lot of grooved freeways. I tend to feel that on the grooved freeways, the front tire, the rear tire is incredibly rock solid. The front tire does get, I'll say, just a hint of weave up around speeds above 100 miles an hour. You shouldn't be going more than 100 miles an hour too much. You're especially not going to be doing 100 miles an hour in the dirt. Yeah, I don't know, maybe you are. At any rate, I'm very confident in these tires at any speed. Back to the noise for a second. Because of the lugs, at low speed, there is a bit of a rumble. By low speed, I'm talking your 10 miles an hour, your 15 miles an hour. Once you get above that, it's practically the same noise level as a street tire. So if you're thinking of switching to a more off-road oriented tire, I would highly recommend the TKC70 Rocks in the rear, the matching TKC70 in the front. If you ride off-road a little bit more than, say, the 70-30 that these tires are for, you could go with a more aggressive tire in the front. Kyle Bradshaw, another YouTuber, I'll leave a link to his channel down below, is much more knowledgeable about tires than myself. I know very little. He recommended the TKC70 Rocks in the back and the Dunlap TrailMax Mission for the front. I spoke to my BMW dealer about the TrailMax Mission for the front, and they were saying that it was a little noisier, obviously because it's a much more aggressive tire, but a lot of their customers complained about the wavering on pavement with that tire. So I personally just decided to go with the matching front and back, and I'm incredibly happy. The website for Continental Tires also has some great information. I'll leave a link to that down below. I want everyone to have as much information as they can gather so that they can have a pretty informed decision about the tires that they decide to go with. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the like button. This is Stan for Adventure, signing off.